Viewers and learners, welcome back to Scratch Programming. In today's class, we'll create one car racing game. So for that, let's start with the background first. So here I am not choosing any background from the library. Here we will create the background. So I am using this paint option in backdrop, and here first we'll choose this square and let me make it small. Okay. So now I am dragging this square over here. Okay. So this square I have chosen. Now I am changing its color. So let's change its color to green. I want to make it dark green. Okay, for car racing game we are going to create a grass kind of area. So here we have taken this thing. Now we will create the track. So to create the track I am choosing this brush. And here we can change the color of this brush. Okay, for example, yeah. Okay, now we are fine with this, with the black one, and we will increase the size of the brush so that we can create a big path. Okay, so here I have taken this. You can see this dot is very big. Now I am dragging it over here. Okay, I am making it bigger so that we can move our car properly. Okay, so this is our track. If you want, you can choose any shape or anything else for your track. So this track I have chosen over here. Now in this track I am making one start line. So start line I am choosing this line first. Let me change the color. So we are changing the color to white. Okay, so okay, I think this color is fine. Let me change it. Fine. So now I am just dragging it over here like this. But this is very thin line. So what I will do, I will select this line again like this, and from here I am increasing the thickness of that line. You can see on the screen. Okay, so in this way I have changed the thickness of the line as well. Now we are done with our background initially. Now we will insert the sprite. So sprite, again I am not choosing any sprite from the library. I am not going to create it. I will upload this from my system. So upload sprite, and here I have two cars. I am choosing first one, car 1, and the second car, car 2. Okay, these two cars I have chosen here. Now I am reducing the size so that we can move it properly on the track. Okay, so this is car 1, and now I am changing the size of car 2 as well. Yeah, I think now these cars are fine and ready to move. Okay, so these two cars I have taken here. Now we'll start with the coding. So first we'll start with the coding of car 1. So in car 1 I am using event when flag is clicked. Okay, so whenever I'll click this green flag, what will happen? First, it will go its starting position. Always set the initial position so that whenever our car will be, whenever we start the game, whenever we'll start the game, it will start from the same position. So go to, and then point in direction also 90 I want. Okay, so that every time it will start from the straight position. So now this is for the car 1. I have chosen go to the initial position and point in direction. Now we have to move the car every time. Okay, so to move the car, what we will do, we will choose forever block, and inside the forever we want to move it upward direction and downward direction. Okay, means we will turn it. So what we will do, if we have to choose the keys also. Now remember, we are creating a 2-player game. Okay, not 1 player. 2 player can play the same game at the same time. So here if from the sensing, if key is pressed, what key? I am using from the left side A and D key. Okay, so if A is pressed, what it will do? It will turn like this, but not 15 degree. You can change it to 2 degree, 3 degree, 5 degree, whatever you want. Okay, and let me duplicate this. I will repeat it, and this time I will choose D, but in other direction. Okay, so once I have done it for clockwise rotation, and the other time I am doing it for the anti-clockwise rotation, so that my car will move upward and downward and left and right. Okay, so here we have set the direction to change the direction of the car, but we have not set anything to move the car. So what I want, forever my car will move. Okay, you can if you want to make it faster, you can use 5 steps, 3 steps, 2 steps, but I am choosing 1 step only because I want to show you this thing, and slowly we will move our car. Okay, so here we have set the move step, we have set the turning direction also, clockwise and anti-clockwise for the car. Okay, so let's start with the game. I will show you here. So my car is moving using A and D. I am changing its direction, and now my car is moving properly. Okay, so in this way we have started movement of our first car. Now let me stop these things. Now what we will do, here we have started the things for the car 1, but we want that whenever it will start from the white line, the start line, it will change its laps also. Okay, so for that we will choose the variable. I am going to create one variable for car 1 laps. Okay, and I am choosing, if you want you can choose the life also. Whenever you want to stop the game, you can choose the life as well. Okay, but I am not using it now. I am using car 1 laps only. So for car 1 laps, what will happen here? Initially only we will set it. So set car 1 laps here only to 0. Right, started. Okay, and when it will change its laps? So I am using when flag clicked again, and what it will do now? Forever, control block, forever it will change for the check for this thing. What it will check? It will check for the starting line. So what I am doing, I am not using any sprite or any row or anything. We will choose it with the color. Okay, so if touching color, I am clicking here on the color, and I am not setting it from here. Okay, I am choosing the color from the screen only. So I have selected this one. Move your cursor, and whenever you feel that you are at the correct position, select it. Okay, now you can see this is our color. Now whenever it will touch this color, what will happen? If it will touch the color, it will change the variable. It will change the variable by 1. It will increase it by 1. Okay, let me show it to you here. So it will change its variable to 1, and I want it to move it. I don't want that it will continuously change whenever it is there on that particular laps. Okay, or it is at the starting point. So what I am doing here, I am using wait 1 second also. If you want, you can increase the wait to 1 second, 2 second, 5 second if it is changing it very quickly. Okay, otherwise you can change its X and Y position also. That is also fine. We can do that. Okay, so here let me start the game. So it has started it. Okay, it is going. Now you can see my car is going away. Okay, now what I want that whenever it will go out of the track, it will reduce the car life also, means the player life it should reduce. So what I am doing, I am setting one more variable, that is car1 life. Okay, car1 life I have set over here, and in car1 life I will do it in the same way. Duplicate it, and now here in the color, again I am going to choose the color from here. Okay, now what will happen? Now whenever it will touch the grass or it will touch the green color, my car life will reduce by 1. And in starting point, I am choosing this, I am setting this car life to 3. Okay, so I am allowing it to go out of the track only 3 times. So here, car life set to 3. Okay, so it is setting the car life to 3 only. So this is for touching the laps, and for touching the grass I have changed it properly, and here we are doing it for the moving the car. Okay, so A and D to change its rotation, and life and laps we have set already. So in this way we have done for the car 1. Now same thing we want to do for car 2 also. So what we will do, we will just copy paste. Okay, wait. So we are just copying the code. Whatever we have done for car 1, we have copied it into car 2 also. Now, but there is a change. Okay, our car 1 is starting from here, but car 2 should start from this position. So this position we need to change here in car 2. So go to the motion block and remove this go to and add the new go to. Now, one more thing we forget, that whenever our car is moving outside, it is changing its life, but immediately it should come back to the starting position. So that we have forgot for car 1. So what we will do now, we will just copy paste this thing, because we want to move it to the initial position. Okay, so we are duplicating it and we are putting it in car life. Okay, so whenever our car will touch to the grass, it will reduce the car life and immediately come back to the initial position. So this thing we have done. In the same way we have to do this for car 2 also. So here I am duplicating it and putting it over here. Okay. Now here you can see we have done the same thing for car 2, but car 1 life, instead of car 1 life and car 1 laps, we have to change this to car 2. So now I am creating 2 more variable, that is car 2 life. Okay, and one more, that is car 2 laps. Okay, so here we have all our things. Now what we will do, we will change car 1 life to car 2 life, and car 1 laps to car 2 laps. Here also we will do the same thing, car 2 laps and car 2 life. Okay, so here we are done. But I told you that we are creating this game for 2 player. Okay, so A and D we are using for the first player. Now for the second player we have to change the keys. So for the second player I am choosing the right arrow key and left arrow key. Okay, now I'll show you and I'll run both the cars together at the same time. So let's start with the game. So I have started it. I will use A and D for the first one and left and arrow key for the second one. Okay, in this way you can see both cars are moving, and you can see whenever it will touch Okay, like this. So here we are done with the coding. But you can see whenever it is going to it is reducing the life, what it is happening, it is going to -1, -2, -3. Okay, so what we will do, we will add few more things over here. So now we will do the coding in the background so that we can do at the same time for the both the cars. Now here, whenever flag is clicked, when flag is clicked, we are setting its backdrop to the initial one. Okay, so let's change the backdrop first. We are creating a backdrop. So this is game window. This is game window, and now I am choosing one more backdrop from the library. So for now, let's choose this one. Okay, and this neon tunnel I am changing it to game over. Okay, now I am choosing this text. So here, game over into line, and this I am increasing the size, and if you want you can change its color. I am making it bright red, and anything you can make. Okay, I am using this one, game over. So this is how we can choose the window. Now go back to the coding. So initially whenever flag is clicked, it will show the game window, and after showing the game window, it will check forever. What it will check forever? Forever it will check that if we have to use operator this time. So if our life, okay, so from the variable car1 life is 0, what it will do, it will change the game window, it will switch the backdrop, to game over. If you want, you can play a sound also. Okay, so here sound is not there, so let me insert the sound block. Okay, so from here you can choose any sound block. Whatever sound block you want, you can choose from here. Okay, I am using this one. Okay, so whenever it will change, it should change the sound, and then it should stop everything. In control block, stop all. Okay, same thing we want to repeat for our car life 2 also. So I am removing this thing, go to variable and car 2 life. Okay, so if car 1 life is also 0, then also game will over. If car 2 life is 0, then also it will get over. So it will not go to the -1, -2, -3 like this. Okay, so let's start the game. Now I'll show you the game over thing. Like this. Okay, so whenever it will reach there, game will get over and everything will get stop at the same position. You can see your cars also. So here we are done with the car racing game. If you have any doubt in this game, please put your doubts in the comment section, and like my video, share it, subscribe it with your friends, and hit the bell icon to get the notification for the new games and new programming videos. Thank you. Have a nice day.